Good morning. I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Who is your daddy and what does he do? Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Hello everyone and welcome to Hiveside Casts. My name is Arclight and tonight we have, actually it's not night, but still we have special for you. It's called Meet the Players and it's gonna be the new series on my channel. Here with me is Swalk and he's gonna be the first one. So hello Swalk.
Hello.
So how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yay, good to hear that. So let's start down with this. We're gonna skip everything and we can just talk with the questions and comment on that one basically. So who are you, where do you come from, and what do you do for a living? Tell us more about yourself as a person, not as a player.
Well, I'm from Denmark. I come from a small town called Frederikshavn. But I moved to the capital, and the English name is Copenhagen. Some might know that.
Yeah. Except those Americans, they do not know anything about geography.
That's true, that's true. They don't even know where the fuck Alaska is.
Okay, so you come, you moved to Copenhagen.
Yeah,
And what do you do for a living?
I moved here 6 months ago. I'm educated a bricklayer, and I basically was stuck up there in the little town with no job for almost 2 years, only getting money from the union, which is not a lot. And then I decided to move over here, take the risk, and then I was still without a job for some time. And yeah, it's been some tough times these past years, but it's going well now, so I'm alright.
So you finally got that breakthrough you were looking for.
Yeah, exactly. I have a job now, and yeah, I'm basically at work every day, so
that's good to hear. That's very good to hear. And how did you find out about NS2?
My friend Joss, some might know him as Big Banana from NS1. He introduced me to NS1 in 2010. He introduced me to ENSL, and I started just playing gathers there, to the rage of many of the players. And yeah, I basically learned from the best, you could say, at that point, and then started playing NS2 as soon as I could. I started playing the NS2 in the alpha, but still played some NS1 on gatherers and stuff.
Yeah, well.
But when NS2 became better, I stopped playing NS1.
You mean by better optimized?
Yeah, you know.
I still remember the old cardboard targets shooting. I mean, that was with like 4 FPS.
Yeah.
So, when we talk about it, how was duplex founded? What's the history of it?
Actually, it was Joss who introduced me to the game. When he introduced me, we talked about making a team, and this is the product of it.
So, the duplex. Where did the name come from?
Actually, it's something to do with home pages that Joss is educated in, and then we just chose that because we guessed no one would know what it meant.
Yeah, and they still do not.
Exactly.
Okay, so
it means several things. For example, duplex apartments.
Yeah, I know about that one. I heard about that one, but not the nothing else except the one from the printers. Duplex-sided printing. You know.
Yeah, it's both sides, yeah.
Okay. And what's the history of duplex? The players, the state of it, how long are you on the scene?
Well, we've been on the scene for 1.5 years, almost. We formed in September 2011. We had the first match on September 13th. against HPZ, which we lost horribly. But we played them 1 week later with NS2HG spectating, and we regained some honor.
So you made it public.
Yep.
So you didn't make seppuku out of that one now, did you? Okay, and the players, what are the current players? What were the old players? Any noticeable players?
Yeah, there's a lot of notable players. Basically, me and Jas have been in the team for the whole time. But in the beginning, we also had Wilson and Shadow and Doopy, Aga, Pain, and Cold Death. That was basically our first lineup. And then later on, some players started going out, and we took some new in. And those players are Mike B, Trefnix, and Sky, Dusty, and Blind, and Fana, and Tweedle.
Sounds like the current Archaea lineup.
Yeah, a lot of them are. Shadow, he's called Skogan now. He's in Archaea as well.
Yeah, so what happened with all those players leaving duplex for other clans, not necessarily Archaea?
Because I was in the comp chair, I guess.
Okay, at least some of you admit it. Other would never say I was the one to blame. Okay, so what's the current status of the community now after the game hit 1-0? Which line is the community developing? More towards competitive or more towards some casual style?
Well, I think it's both, actually. I see 3,000 people playing, and like, I started a league now with some other guys on ENSL.org, and it almost had 100 teams, 94, but 2 of them at least dropped. I can't say for the others for now. So for now we are at 92 basically.
Okay, but still some of those teams need to be worked out. But you have at least 75 legitimate teams, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So with that number of teams, how did you rank up the divisions? Are there any sponsors involved maybe, or will there be any?
There might be sponsors, but you'll hear more about that in the future.
Okay, so do you have any advices for the NS2 players, both casual and competitive?
Well, it's basically just getting out there, meeting some players with the same interests you have in what you want to get from the game. If you just want to play casually, to find someone who also are into that. And if you want to play competitive, well, go on ENSL. There's a lot of competitive players. Play the Gatherers. That's on ENSL. That's a pretty good way to get picked up by a team.
Yeah, I would say that a lot of you can see currently now we were even looking at the Gather game. There's been a lot of some duplex all-in players, Rhines with Dreams, and a lot of new clans like FCX, Team No Way. They're all in the ENSL league, Mint clan. So you can pretty much say that all the good players started with the Gather games.
Yeah, basically that's where you should go before you just jump headfirst into competitive, I would say.
Yeah, so any good NS2 sites except the ENSL.org? Do you have anything in mind? Do you have any good NS2 sites except the ENSL.org?
Yeah, for sure. NS2hub.com. It's a very good site. They cover a lot of stuff, basically everything about NS2, and they do weekly roundups where they write articles about what happened in the community for the past week, and generally very nice stuff. And there's also a PCW finder, a match finder tool on there, which is basically an IRC client, which connects you to QuakeNet and then joins NS2 search. NS2 Dutch search, I should say.
Oh, okay. So, what's the future of duplex on the competitive scene? I mean, the current lineup of players is very, very good, except from your PC always crashing.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem for me sometimes. But yeah, definitely the current lineup with me, Jazz, Icefeld, Glide, Tequila, Ioros, and the others, the Felix, it's just awesome.
Right.
I think it's the best lineup we had. It's the best duplex I've played so far. It's with this lineup.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a pretty darn decision making coming from Aeros.
We had some very very good players in the past, but the teamwork was never there like this.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, look at for example, when you look at the North American scene, you look at the inversion. They do not have maybe that good strategies, but they are all very very good guns, and that's
Yeah.
what makes it worth it for them. And they are, you could say, one of the best, if not the best, North American team, and yet they do not have anything on the strategy part. It kind of reminds me back in the old days when I used to play Wolfenstein Enemy Territory. There were two Finnish clans. One was Destination Skyline and the other was Gunslingers. So as the name says, the Gunslingers were probably one of the best guns in the game, while Destination Skyline, they had very very good team strategy. So it's kind of like here, you might not have the best guns, but you'd have really really good strategy there.
Yeah, we've been working a lot on that, and that's thanks to our commander, Ioros, who is basically the most important guy on our team at the moment.
Consider him giving him a pay then. Right. So you have any hopes for NS2 future? Where do you see the game develop? Where is it going?
Actually, I think this latest patch, 230, is really good because it fixed the too high bonus problem and the gore range and basically a lot of nice stuff, but there's definitely a lot that needs fixing, like the skulks, they need to be more skill based.
I would tend to agree with that. Also, Fade feels like paper thin currently.
Yeah, the Fate needs to have an HP buff. But I would basically just say revert it to the NS1 values because it would basically work.
True, true. The NS1 values, it would still be a 4-hit Fade, I think, without Carapace. Even with
Yeah, sure,
with Levens, I think we did the math that with 300 health, 150 Carapace, you would need 4 shotgun shots with level 0 with direct hits, and you would need 5 if it had a Carapace with 250. So it would still go into that favor to have the shotgun deny the Fade in NS1 style. Although in NS1 style the shotgun was pretty much very fast firing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think you could speed up the shotgun then.
For like what,
yeah.
30%?
It's, I don't know, 10, 20 maybe max. I wouldn't say
Okay then.
more.
So I have a question here. Are duplex pretty cool?
Of course, man, we're the coolest
Where
clan
did
out
that
there.
one come from?
It came from the official forums where a community member named Bongo, he made a post about their clan needing teams to play against because Duplex seemed to be the only one that wanted to play, but Duplex were pretty cool. So it's basically started evolving from there. People started posting it and trolling with it.
Yeah. That were pretty good times. I remember when I started casting, there were not that many games, and you actually had to work really hard to find them. But current status is that I have a lot of real life obligations, and I just can't keep up. But I'm trying my best. I did start those Hivecast Invitational show matches, and well, you know how it went for the first round. You took that one.
Yep. I think Inversion gave us some pretty good matches, and even HPZ as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, due to having that low time and not wanting to prolong the matches anymore, we're only doing like the best of 3, so...
Yeah, I don't think it's the best format. It's not the most.
Yeah, well,
format,
it's show match only.
Especially not with the ping difference. It's not. It wasn't a real fair victory.
Yeah,
but
as I said,
we
it's more of a show match than anything real. I mean, you don't get any prizes, you
Yeah,
don't get anything special. It's just to see actually where the game goes by intercontinental matches and to find exactly what you said, what would be fair for ping side and everything else. So, kind of like getting that experience, so in future states for future real tourneys, you can give your opinion on it.
Yeah, I actually like the format called the 4 rounds, 2 servers, 1 map.
I know.
And then if you tie, you.
Yeah, I know that one.
I think that's best for high ping formats.
Yeah, so you do 1 map on your server and 1 map on their server, playing both sides. I kind of have to agree on that. And what do you think about upcoming new and or old clans? Who to watch out for? Any notable clans or players at the moment on the scene?
Oh, there's a lot. It's I'm so looking forward to season 1. It's gonna be so exciting. I'm especially looking forward to the European one because obviously I'm playing there, and there seems to be some pretty good competition incoming. So
yeah, I really hope I can cover most of the matches happening. At least if the times will be like that.
Yeah, and actually I should say that the ENSL is looking for referees. So if any viewers want to be referee, they should contact me.
Yeah.
Games are by default on Sundays, but teams can reschedule, and we have 3 leagues, so you can referee basically whichever time zone you want to referee in. We have American, European, and Australian league.
Where do you lack players the most? I mean, referees, that is.
Well, basically we have 5 European divisions and 2 American and 1 Australian. Each division have 12 teams, so you can begin counting the referees.
Yeah, so with, let's say 75 teams effective, that would mean you need at least the same number of referees. Yeah, so because you can count that 50% of them will not be online.
Yeah, exactly. We cannot count that every referee will be online.
True, because everything can happen in real life. So, what are your hours of play and chance of people encountering you online? On which servers do you play mostly? What do you play and stuff like that? Do you even play public?
Actually, in the beginning of the alpha and beta, I played a lot of public, and I stocked up a lot of hours. But since right now I have 2,279.
Wow. Yeah, but that was pretty much because of that unemployment stage.
Yeah, definitely. But later on, when I got the gathers going and got a clan going, I basically stopped playing public because I didn't think it was
I just noticed
anymore.
One map change. When you go for a platform that made that glass broken now, so you can actually go through it as a skulk. You know it was. You know you could just watch down on it, but now you can actually bombard towards power node even. It's a pretty decent changes happening on the map. Remember the old tram?
I really like it. Yeah, I remember it. It was
Yeah, especially that
horrible,
long
sorry.
run from server all the way to the elevator. So, any recommendations for the next interview? Because pretty much we are done with this.
Yeah, I would like to see some
Okay,
Americans, maybe in
we'll see
version.
what we can arrange with that. Dusk or Tempest. Yeah, duplex
Yeah, it
are
could be
pretty
cool.
cool. Yeah. So,
Thank you.
one more thing. Do you have anything to add? What would you like to say? Or would you like to bring this to a finish yourself?
Well, I would like to say that if you're interested in playing with in a competitive setting, you should basically just head into enesl.org, and people are usually pretty friendly there, even if you don't know the
Follow
game.
the
As long
orders.
as you just follow orders, that's basically all they require you to do. Listen to what they say. So it's
Great.
open for
So,
everyone.
hope you enjoy this walk, and I hope everyone who watches this will enjoy. And thank you for the interview.
Yeah, I hope that's.
And see you
Yeah, no
next
problem.
time.